Ever since I've been with love and fashion, I've been in love with...
Welcome everybody. This is your boy Trey Lover, and this is the next episode of Voices of Sickle Cell, brought to you by Love and Fashion and the GL Council. And we are here today with Bucks. This is a guy I've known for a little while, and I love what he does. He supports Sickle Cell. He does events. He comes out and speaks. He organizes his own events. So you guys make sure you pay attention, because it's not just what he's about to tell you, because I don't want to tell you about him right now. I want him to tell you about it. But understand, this guy right here, he's an advocate for what we do in the Sickle Cell community. And we're going to get his story about what his life is like. So without further ado, what up, my guy? How's everything?
Good, baby. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
First and foremost, how you feeling?
Man, look, I'm still taking my pain medication, but it's not so bad from when I came out the hospital. But, you know, sometimes recovery can take a different amount of time. We all different. So right now, I made sure I don't want to miss this interview. I got my layers on, so Warriors, wear your layers. But I took my pain medication too, so I'm good right now. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. I took my pain medicine this morning. You know, it's always a blessing to wake up when, you know, God gives us another day. Because, you know, we on borrowed time with what we have. You feel me?
Definitely. When people ask me how I feel, I can always tell them I feel good. Because the number one thing is I'm alive today to feel anything. So it doesn't matter the pain I'm in. I want to make sure everyone knows that I still feel good. I'm happy.
That's a fact.
So let's start off with talking about you.
Okay.
I want the world to learn about your accomplishments, what you've done in your life, all the things that you've been able to do to make you who you are today.
Well, for those who don't know, my name is Bucks. I'm known from Black Ink Crew, New York on VH1. I'm currently a tattoo artist and a piercer at the Black Ink Brooklyn shop located at 1357 Fulton Street in Brooklyn. So if you need some tattoos, some piercings, hit me up. I got you.
I want to say something. Make sure y'all come here, y'all ask for him, and y'all get your tattoos. Especially if you're a warrior, because he has an amazing Sickle Cell Warrior tattoo. If you guys haven't seen the Sickle Cell Warrior logo, you're going to see it right now. I have an image of it from him, and this is some of the work that he does. If you're a warrior, I'm getting mine really soon, and it's only going to be for him, so make sure you guys come check him out.
That's a fact.
Tell them more about you, though.
So, I'm 42 years old. I was born in Puerto Rico, so my story is a long, drawn-out one, so I'm going to just keep this short and sweet. I came here to the States when I was 3 years old because I kept getting sick when I was in Puerto Rico. My mother always used to tell me I used to be crying, days, nights, crying. And she used to take me to all the hospitals in Puerto Rico. And they didn't know what was wrong with me. Like, they didn't know what was wrong. So my uncle, God bless the dad, he told her, he was like, yo, you should just come out here to New York. There's this hospital out here in the Bronx, and they're really good. Fast forward, we packed up. And my mother found out that I was diagnosed with sickle cell SS at 3 years old. So my journey started from there, because that's when I found out. So from what I remember, my childhood was really good. I got sick a lot though. So I want to say through like elementary school, intermediate school, and high school, I was really sick. I only went to one prom. I never went to my high school prom. I never really did graduations due to always being in the hospital. As I got older, I want to say like 22, 23, I don't know what happened, but it was like I didn't get sick for about 10 years. Like I wasn't taking no medicine, nothing, no hydria, no pain medicine.
10 years?
10 years. Like, and even my family was like, yo, like, you good? And I was like, I guess so, because I was gaining weight and all of that. But like I said, fast forward to now, me being in my 40s, stuff started getting complicated again. Like, I was just in the hospital on my 42nd birthday, and it was a bad one. I had acute chest, and like, I was on my way out. I really was on my way out, and that opened my eyes, because these doctors, number one, they don't give a excuse my language, they don't give a fuck about us. They always think we coming in there to get high, that we want drugs, and it don't even be like that. Like, we generally be in pain. Like, at least for the people I know that have sickle cell, we go to the hospital generally because we're in pain. First of all, we have busy lives. You, myself, and some of the other people I know with sickle cell have very busy lives. So why, out of our lives, you want to take time out to go to the hospital to get drugs? Yo, I tell the doctors all the time, if I want to get high, I smoke weed, bro. Like, I smoke a lot of weed. So if I want to get high, that's what I'm going to see.
I can stay home and do that. I don't gotta come here for that.
I don't want to seek the drugs in my vein that have me leaning. Because number one, I really don't like that feeling. I hate that feeling with a passion because it's like you're a shell of yourself. Your body's there, but your spirit is not there. You just like a ghost, like a zombie. So I hate that shit.
And it's weird because on TV, every time you see them doing them drugs and shit, I always see them lay back and smiling. But like, just like you said, whenever I get my medication, I hate that feeling. Like it's a weird type of like uncomfortable leaning shit.
Like first is you like you get this rush in your head, and then your heart just starts beating really
palpitations.
Really fast. Is crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know why they think people would enjoy that. Another thing that hospitals have a thing of doing, us people of color, we go there, we go in pain, and they pay no attention to us. You had an incident where they left you in the corner for about 2 hours without giving you care. I had the same incident in a hospital.
I think it's about 2 days actually.
They left you for
That's what I'm saying. It was there for a minute. I was in and out of being in pain and falling asleep and back and forth. So I'm not sure the exact time, but it was about 2 days that I was there for, and that's why I made the video, bring attention to that.
I remember a hospital put me in the. I went in there with a crisis, bad crisis, and the hospital they registered me, they did everything, and they just put me in a corner, and I'm screaming like my life away. And doctors and nurses is just walking by, no empathy, nothing. And I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. That's number one. Me having sickle cell, I don't want nobody, don't feel no pity for me, don't feel sorry for me, because I could do everything you can do. So don't feel sorry for me. We just happen to have this blood disease that we can't control. But like I said, they just left me there in the corner, and my girlfriend had to come and like wild them up, and thank God for her, because if she hasn't been there for most of my crisis, I don't know what would happen, bro.
You know, sometimes just having somebody there can be a life-saver, a game changer. Because I remember back in the days when they used to allow guests to come in the hospital, people would come with me, and when they saw me laying there, they would go call the nurses and doctors. But ever since now they use this COVID nonsense that you can't have no guests with you, now you there by yourself. And if you're already in pain and you can't move, how are you going to contact somebody? They just walking by. And you know what's the craziest thing I hate about that too? You ever heard some of the conversations they have while you laying there?
What? Yeah.
They like to talk about they busy. What they be talking about?
Yo, I remember one nurse was talking about her going on vacation. Like after she get off shit, she gonna pack her shit because she off to Turks and Caicos. I'm like, get my pain medicine, bro. Nobody give a fuck about your trip. Sorry, but
nah,
get
it's
my
a fact
pain
though.
medicine. Nobody cares about your trip. Like, I feel like people that get into the healthcare business, the nursing, taking care of people, you have to have empathy, bro. You can't be a cold-hearted person that just want it for the bread, because you're not gonna feel, like I said, there'll be people in there that really, like us, we really need the help when we go in there, and they just turn a blind eye to us.
Actually, I've learned this little trick that actually worked. I did it now twice. I did it 2 times so far, and both times I did it, it made such a difference in my care. The first time I was in the hospital in Queens, and the doctor was just treating me like an asshole. So I said, yo, doc, you probably have family, brother, sister, mother, something like that. And he's looking, he's getting upset, like I'm gonna say something really nasty to him. And I just simply looked at him and said, I hope that when your family gets sick, they don't get a doctor like you taking care of them.
I know that must have stung him.
Bro, when I say they came back, and yo, one doctor apologized, yo, I'm sorry, I just been going through a lot. I'm like, that's cool, but you gotta remember right now, we going through a lot. And you bringing it into my situation, making it worse, but it worked. I said it's with another nurse, and she came back, and you'll see the expression in their face. When they start, because they displaced themselves from doing it, because they know, from what I've heard, there's a lot of patients going through a lot, and if they get too drawn into it, it'll stress them out. So they try to become a little more of a wall so they can just go by to the day. But I feel like they put too much of a wall there where they forget to just still really be there to take care of the people. So when I tell them that, and it snaps them back into reality, I'm a real individual. I could be your family, your brother, your sister, your cousin. I could be your friend in the street. When they think about it like that, it makes a difference, and they need to really have the empathy, like you said.
Yeah, it's true. I remember when I was in high school. I'm about to jump to the dating shit. I'm sorry. I know I'm skipping topics. But
that's cool. Let them know about you.
I remember when I was in high school, and this situation had me, like, I want to say, like, traumatized, because I used to hide that I had sickle cell. Like, there was a point in my life I was ashamed to say I had sickle cell. Backtrack to the story. remember I was 18. I was dealing with this girl one time. We was about to do whatever. And I don't know. I was like, yo, I just want to let you know I have sickle cell. So if I get sick after this happened, that's normal. That girl looked at me in my face.
I want to elaborate on that, okay? When you say when you get sick, when this happened, what's this that happens?
So, once I do what I got to do, drain the snake, as we say it in the old days.
He's being polite right now.
Once I drain the snake, he go to sleep. Having sickle cell as a man, since we using so much adrenaline, so much body fluid, we just released. And of course, it takes blood to get the penis hard. Pause. And we lack blood. So just imagine, we get an erection, we do whatever we do, we sit there for like 5 minutes, and instantly, we go into a crisis.
And also too, it's that vigorous motion. Think about it, like when it's playing time for basketball or football, anything that overexerts our body can trigger us. And I know for a fact, well, I don't know, but most ladies who I know, they don't want a man that just lays there. That means we're gonna have to put in that work. So now we doing our job making you good, but now potentially after that,
we ain't good.
For me, so it forms a situation where your partner really has to comprehend what it is to deal with you. So it's gonna affect your relationships.
That's a fact. And I remember I told her, and she looked at me and she was like, "Ew, sickle cell, can I catch that?" And I was like, "Bitch,
I've heard that so many times.
If you don't get the fuck out my crib,"
so many
and
times.
this when I was a young, reckless nigga from the Bronx. And I was like, "Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out my crib before I smack the shit out of you, can you catch this?" I was like, "Educate yourself. Like, it's a blood disease. It's something you have to be born with. I can't give this to you." And ever since that situation, I used to hide that I had sickle cell. I started getting open to telling people I had sickle cell was with my ex-wife. I'm not even gonna lie. Because even her, we were married for a year. And my first crisis in front of her, because I've had crises where she didn't know. I would go to the hospital, come back, she wouldn't know.
Moderate types of crises.
My first, real crisis, we was chilling. I think we was outside in the movies.
Yeah.
And it was a cold winter night. And I just started getting pain. And I'm trying to hold it down, because I'm in the movies. Mind you, we married for a year. She don't know yet.
Wait, so for a whole year,
I
you only had the mild crises. You didn't get the severe. Okay.
I didn't tell her. So we in the movie theater, and I just get sick. And I had to tell her, yo, call the ambulance. She like, call the ambulance. What's wrong? And I was like, yo, just call the ambulance. Long story short, ambulance come, we in the ambulance. She found out I had sickle cell, me talking to the ambulance guy.
Because you had to tell them.
Her still asking, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm good, just call the ambulance, whatever. I'm good. She was like, well, why you need an ambulance? I'm like, I'm good, just call the ambulance. She was like, nah, nigga, you ain't good. I'm like, I'm good, just call the ambulance. And like I said, she found out by me giving the information to my doctor, and she was like, why you never told me you had sickle cell? I was like, because I thought you was gonna scorn me.
This is some of the thoughts we think about being a warrior, thinking about things like this.
I thought you was gonna ugh. And she was like, why would I do that? She was like, I know what sickle cell is. And I was like, because I had experience, this experience I just spoke about. And she was like, you shouldn't be ashamed to speak that you have sickle cell. Sickle cell is, sickle cell don't have you. You have sickle cell. So this is not something you should be ashamed of. This is not something that holds you back from doing shit. You gotta take advantage of this shit. You take control of this shit. Don't let this shit control you. And ever since then, that's the one thing I do thank my ex-wife for, is that she put that in my head that this is nothing I should be ashamed of. This is actually something that makes me special. Damn, it does put me in a hospital, put me in a crazy place, but honestly, I think if I didn't have sickle cell, I don't think I would be the person I am today. And that's real shit.
So, we've actually asked this question a couple of times, so maybe you could answer it then, because you've had those 10-year breaks and those other experiences, but what would life be like for you if you didn't have sickle cell?
Number one, I think I would be way heavier than I am, because I'm the skinniest fat nigga you would know. I eat 6 times a day. I'd be obese. I know that for a fact. I would be fat. And I don't know. I think I would probably be drinking because when I was younger, I was reckless. I used to drink a lot and get sick. I didn't give a fuck though, because I wanted to party.
I actually quit drinking December 2023.
Really?
Yeah.
I stopped that shit when I was like 20. I think my last drink I was like 24, 25. Because I was like, I'm growing up now. I'm getting older. I can't be doing this to myself. Me drinking is what put me in the hospital.
Because people have to think about it. Alcohol dehydrates you.
Exactly.
You already have less oxygen in your weaker blood. So you adding that inside of it too, you're only going to be triggering a crisis because you're weakening your entire cells even more. So drinking, when you guys do it, please, I want the younger generation to pay attention to this. Older generation too. Make sure you guys, if you are going to drink water with it. Keep your body hydrated so you don't make yourself get too weak, all right? Please do that.
And also, as a man having sickle cell, it's good to have a companion, somebody that's educated, that knows, that understands, that has empathy about what we go through. Like the young lady I'm with now, my fiance, like, if she wasn't with me, like, I'm 42 years old. I've been around the block. And this is the first time I've had somebody that's taking care of me, damn near close to how my mother used to take care of me, as me being in the hospital. Like, she cares for me that much. She cares about my illness, my well-being so much. And that shit, you really can't find that. And that shit is just like a gem. It's just like a treasure.
Can you shout her out? I don't know if you
Baby, you already know who you are, Shawnee. You already know who you are. You get on my fucking nerves, but you know I couldn't do this without you. So thank you for holding me down.
There's not a lot of people, especially when they have sickle cell, that can say something like that. And when we in the community find someone who's spreading love like that and taking care of one of our own, just know that the sickle cell community wants to tell you, Shawnee, thank you. Take care of my man and keep on doing that. And we appreciate you for taking care of him. You heard?
That's a fact.
You gotta go, man.
That's a fact. And another thing I want to tell warriors and younger warriors, something I said earlier. Y'all have sickle cell. Sickle cell don't have y'all. Meaning, don't let this shit stop you from doing what you want to do, being what you want to be. I was told, because before, like I said, I'm 42 years old. I've been around the block. I've been through a lot of stuff. Before I was a tattoo artist, I was actually a police officer.
Hey, what?
Yeah. I was on.
I've never known that. Okay, what?
I was only on the job.
You were the ops, bro?
Yeah, I was only on the job. So everybody in my family is a cop. That's like a family thing. Like my younger sister just graduated the academy.
Congratulations for your accomplishment.
My older brother's a Fed. My older brother's a cop. And my younger brother's about to be what's that? A CO. The niggas that work in the jail. He's about to be one of those. So law enforcement is something that's in my house, in my family. So before I was a tattoo artist, I was doing that. And mind you, the only reason I really did that is because niggas was like, oh, you got sickle cell, you ain't gonna pass the academy, bro. You ain't gonna pass the academy.
Oh, you sound like me. Don't tell me I can't do
I'm not gonna do what?
All you telling me is you can't do it. That's all you telling me. You can't do it.
Breeze through that shit like nothing. And once I graduated, I was like, I can't do what? I'm officer who? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, don't ever let people discourage you, telling you you can't do it because you have sickle cell. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Did you know that one person donating just 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives? That's 3 people. Mothers, fathers, children, friends who get another chance because of you. From Love and Fashion, we're asking you to take a moment to be a hero. Right now, there are families praying for help, and your donation could be the answer. Visit www.nybc.org/LF to schedule your date, time, and location. It's quick, it's safe, and it saves lives. You have the power to help many people and the families who love them, so don't wait. Go to www.nybc.org/LF and be a hero today.
All right, you guys. Also, right now, I'm here with my guy Bucks, and we're interviewing right now for the next episode of Voices of Sickle Cell. And I want to say, you guys, thank you for sponsoring our show and helping us continue to grow. When you guys make a donation at our website, loveandfashionapparel.com, you can purchase our hats, our sweaters, our t-shirts. We have apparel for men and women. We have sweats. We have everything on the website. You can visit our website and purchase some of your merch. We ship everywhere within the 50 states. And we donate 5% of all of our earnings to sickle cell awareness and other charities. We help visit patients in the hospital at home, taking them food and supplies. We help organize community events. We'll sponsor other events. We have our yearly D-Cells, A Loyal Sickle Cell Awareness events where we connect with younger individuals who are not aware to sickle cell into individuals who they can connect with and start getting proper standard of care to extend their lives. We don't need our young individuals growing up not knowing about their condition and not taking care of themselves and then dying too early like too many have already. So please come out to our D-Cells and Lawyers event. Check out our website, loveandfashionapparel.com. It's all spelled correctly, LOVEANDFASHIONAPPAREL.com. We appreciate your purchase and make a difference. You not only look fly, you can help make a difference in the community. All right. We back. Voices of Sickle Cell with Love and Fashion. This is we here with Bucks from Black Ink Crew, Sickle Cell Warrior, and a champion. We sharing his story right now. We back from my commercial.
Yeah, so as far as relationships, not even only like relationships with men and women, my friends, like I have those friends that really, really care about me, like the ones that be like, yo, Bucks, don't eat that. Ain't you supposed to be eating this? Like people in the shop, there's certain people in the shop where I work at that be like, yo, I don't want to see you drinking no soda. You drinking soda, I'm smacking it out your hand and whatever it is, however
Keep
you
doing
feel,
that.
we gonna do it. So
Sometimes you need that tough love.
I keep those people close to heart. I have people that call on me, that check on me when I'm in the hospital. And then I have those friends that say they're my friends, but when I'm sick, they ain't nowhere to be found.
Peekaboo.
Those people, I ain't really got nothing negative to say. I know everybody has a life. Everybody goes through shit, but a little social media hit up, text, it won't hurt. But like I said, I hold no malice against those people that don't hit me up when I'm sick.
I don't think you don't gotta come see us. We know you're busy. Just at least say, hey, how you doing? Hi, little conversation. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Family relationships is another thing that's kind of strenuous. Growing up with sickle cell because I'm number 2 out of 5 of us. So,
do you guys all have sickle cell?
no, I'm the only one.
You're the only one.
I'm the only
one out of 5.
one.
Okay.
And growing up, like I had issues with like my older brother because he felt like I was my mom's favorite because, of course, I was the sick one. So she always had to be with Bucks. Bucks against this, Bucks against that. Mommy's always with Bucks. And I think he had some resentment as a child, but now, you know, us as grown men, I think we cool. So family relationships is something you got to keep intact. There is those people. Sometimes I have family members that wouldn't even come see me in the hospital. I'm used to people not coming to see me in the hospital. Like I said, as long as I got my lady and I have my certain people hitting me up, I'm content. As long as I have the man above, you ain't really got to hit me up. But it does bother.
And we always feel it just a little bit, like
just a little
like,
bit.
We might not say nothing, and we know it's like sometimes not even matters. Hospital just because I know some people personally, hospital just ain't they seen, so they really just don't want to come there. So like we get it, but still like that little fear you have sometimes just to say hi to me, it would go a long way more than you appreciate it. You think about it.
It would, but like I said, I hold nothing against those people, man. Like I said, I know a lot of people going through shit. Not as much shit we go through because we go through physical shit with our bodies and shit due to our illness. But like I said, I know everybody goes through things, so I don't hold no grudges against nobody that don't come see me in the hospital.
Now, besides the family, what about your social friends? What was it like with your social life? Maybe partying, restaurants, going on trips, and doing activities. Like, how did that affect your social life?
So when I was younger, like I said, I was reckless. I didn't give a fuck. I knew what the consequences was. So I was at the point when I was younger, I'm going to just live my life because I was actually told I wasn't. A doctor sat me and my mother down when I was like 15, 16 and told me that I'm not going to live to see 18 because I'm getting so sick. So
one man can tell you how long you're going to live. That's it.
So I'm sitting right here 42 years old. So to that doctor, fuck you because you ain't God. But
put a little spin on it too.
Sit on it, motherfucker. But yeah, like I said, I did a lot of reckless shit when I was young. I knew the consequences because I know I was gonna get sick. But right now, I don't really do a lot of socializing, not a lot of partying. I get booked for gigs. Sometimes I have to cancel due to the weather. So like, if it's snowing or raining, I can't go. It has nothing personal. It has nothing personal to do with the person that's invited me or that booked me. It's just my health, bro. I gotta worry about my health. Like, I used to work here at the shop 7 days. 7 days, no days off. But I had to stop to work weekends now because I was getting sick. Even though people might say, yo, you're a tattoo artist, all you do is sit there and draw. But they don't understand the concentration that takes, the strain on my eyes, on my back. That messes with our sickle cell. And sickle cell does mess with your eyes. And
I think you get retinopathy, really. The veins that blink in the back of your eye start disconnecting. Yes. It starts messing with your vision, and it starts causing other issues too. Mm-hmm. So it's very strenuous.
And imagine having sickle cell dealing with carpal tunnel in your wrist.
And then here's the part I like, right? People like to say, you have sickle cell, but you're sitting all day, right? You being okay because you're sitting? No. Oh. Even sitting all day hurts our back, hurts our waist. So we alternate up and down, up and down, up and down. Even when I was at work, having to be a cashier, I'd have to sit sometimes, stand sometimes, and jobs don't like it. The other co-workers are seeing now why do they get to sit? And they want to be able to sit too. Understand that we have to go through it. And even sitting down, the thing that you might find so relaxing, it hurts. What are we supposed to do? So in all aspects, it's going to affect our life.
A daily activity for a normal person that wouldn't cause no pain can harm us so much. Like running down the block. Say I'm running for a train.
Oh.
Or I'm running for a bus. Thank God I don't do this no more because I drive.
That happened.
But I remember back in the days, like, I run for a bus probably like 15, 16 steps. It was like I ran a marathon due to the sickle cell anemia.
You get like the shooting pain.
I get like shooting pains. I start sweating and I start seeing spots. And that's from like running just 15
I really thought that was just me that see the spots and shit after I run. Word?
Nah.
I know that. I thought it was just me. I never asked about that.
So yeah, so it's a lot, excuse me. And one of the most important things is stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Don't drink the fruity juices, the sodas. It might taste good, it might be a guilty pleasure, but
stick with that water primarily.
Deep down inside, that shit is harming us, bro. Like, is really harming us. And it took me, I'm ashamed, it took me 42 years to stop drinking soda.
Why did it take so long? I'm curious.
Because I almost died in my last hospital visit.
Don't wait until you
don't wait till you
die. Don't wait.
Don't wait till you
Start
get that.
taking care of your health. Yes. Get that water, get that sea moss, get that sour sop, bring some vitamin juices, go to the smoothie shop and get some smoothies. Get the organic smoothies if you can. Do what you can. You know what, I want to say something real quick, right? Because I am so tired of patients telling me it's expensive to eat healthy. I am so tired of hearing that horrible excuse. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, right? It costs you $0 to not buy a soda. Mm-hmm. It costs you $0 to not buy you the candy bar. It costs you $0 to not buy you the cake. It costs you $0 to not buy none of that junk food. So no, it's not expensive to eat healthy. Just stop buying the junk food and just eat the healthiest stuff. Exactly. It's really that simple. You can go buy a banana instead of buying junk food. You can get a sandwich. You can, instead of buying fast food, that $30 plate, because I ain't gonna find, I was doing it in my math when I'm thinking about the food I ate yesterday. Mm-hmm. I bought one dish for myself, it was like $30. Bro. But then the other day, I just went and spent $30 on groceries. I'm cooking for days, and it's healthier. Exactly. Take care of your health. So yes, you're gonna spend the same amount of money buying one plate of food or eating healthy. For 3 days. And it's free to stop doing the other stuff. So I don't want to hear it's expensive. No, it's not.
And 9 times out of 10, it's gonna taste better than what you're buying in the street.
The only way it's expensive is because it's costing you your life. That's all you're doing. You're chopping away at your life when you're eating like that.
That's a fact.
Take care of your health.
I had to learn the hard way. Like, I wasn't too much of a sweets person. Like I said, I did all of that when I was younger. A lot of stupid stuff I used to do when I was younger. Like, I didn't really care about my health when I was younger. Yeah. I was reckless. But like I said, now that I'm older, like I'm watching what I'm doing. So I used to love grape soda, Welch's grape soda.
Ooh, that was my joint right there.
You gave me so much joy in my life.
I used to like that.
But I can't have you no more. And like I said, you gotta, when you have sickle cell, bro, you have to crack down on certain stuff. Another thing we should start doing, or I need a lot of y'all warriors to do, vitamins. please take your vitamins and vegetables. Green vegetables are the key.
Get the whole assortment. The greens, the reds, because I think the reds is vitality, the blues are antioxidants, the greens are energy. Get your vegetables, get your smoothies, get all them colors, but get a lot of the green. What's that they call that? The what's the green? What's the word they use for it?
My doctors call them superfoods.
Oh man, I can't remember. It's gonna hit me too.
You call them superfoods, and like in my case, they try to push the greens on me because my hemoglobin level it sucks. I think my hemoglobin level is like a 4.7.
Bro, that's really not good.
I know. It goes up and down.
I think you're at the minimum level you can be at, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think my baseline is like a 5.56. And that's on a good day. But regularly I run like low 5s, high 4s. So that's why they refer me to all of that. But my hemoglobin, since I've gotten older, has been the problem, the recent problem.
Wow, I didn't know your baseline was so low. But you know what? You're 42 now, but it's never too late to stop, and you've already learned you learned the benefits of eating healthy. I'm glad that the people in your shop are encouraging you to eat healthy. Yes. I'm glad your woman is pushing you healthy because you have to take care of your bro.
Yes.
We need you to live a very long time.
Thank you.
There's a lot of people that need you to tattoo you. Ain't nobody gonna do it as good as you. You heard?
Thank you, man.
Nobody's gonna do it as good as you.
And another thing, don't let these doctors be prescribing you anything because they'll prescribe you
everything
and have you as a guinea pig. I went through something. Another cause of my last hospitalization is because they had me on this medicine called oxybrita.
Oh, are you in the lawsuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had me taking that medicine, and they didn't tell me that the medicine was in trial. They was like, "Oh, this medicine been out for years. It does wonders with sickle cell."
That's a lot. They had just opened it on December 8th of 2024. They just released it.
And you know, I didn't know that I was in like the beta. I was in like the beta trial.
2023, not 24.
Like I was in the beta trial. Like they was testing the medicine with me, and they never told me that.
Really?
My doctor sat me down and told me like, "Yo, this is a medicine that's been out for years. They created it after hydroxyurea, and we see that it works better than hydrea, so we want you to take it." And I'm not gonna lie, I was taking the medicine and I was feeling good. But then one day the doctor called me and was like, "Yo, you still taking that?" And I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Stop."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What do you mean stop?" They was like, "Just stop." I was like, "Stop abruptly like that?" Mm-hmm. They was like, "No, wean yourself off." So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna wean. If you're telling me to stop,
it's for a reason.
Why am I gonna continue to take it to wean? No, so I stopped. But me stopping like that dropped my hemoglobin so low.
Yeah. I was about to say, maybe sometimes it's good to stop it in a certain way because you don't want to go cold turkey, but your body has to adjust to it. So yeah, just listen to your doctor.
So I think
mistakes happen, but listen to them for those most parts, stuff like that.
So that's what started the hemoglobin complication.
Wow.
That medicine, oxybrita, yeah.
And that was what, last year?
Yeah.
Well, what they did was hard because a lot of us at that time I was working with SCTPN. I don't work with them no more. And when we heard they released that drug, we were all like, wait, they just released it. And you look at the time frame when they were studying it. Normally it takes at least 4 years for something to go through a study for it to say, okay, people can start using it. They had only had a release for a couple of months and they had people on that medication that was not properly tested, was not properly looked after. So there's a major lawsuit going right now. So if you were on oxybrita, find a lawyer or something like that and let them know you're on that medication. If you know something about it, you let me know and I'll tag it in the video.
I still got my bottles. All of that is evidence.
Yeah.
I got all the bottles and the regimen they had me on. Like, bro, y'all knew this was in like a trial. Yeah. And y'all got me testing it like I'm some guinea pig or something. This is my life you playing with. So yes, I am a part of that lawsuit.
Okay. That's crazy what they did. But all right. Because I'm looking right now. We've had a great time talking with my guy Bucks right here. We learned about relationships on all different levels. With the partner, romantic partner, family, friends, business. There's a lot. But I want you to leave a message now for the younger generation. Just some big brother advice to the younger generation. What would you tell your little brother right now?
Live life. Just live life. Don't let sickle cell take over. enjoy your life because you don't know how long we got. I mean, the technology and the medicine has gotten better. Like, modern science has gotten better, but just live your life because I know I had so many sickle cell friends that's no longer here with us. A young lady that I met probably like 2 years ago, we were really good friends. She just recently passed away.
Same here, man.
So, yeah, so just live your life. Do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. Make sure your health is your number one priority. Make sure your health is your number one priority. If I could take back time, when I was young, I would have took better care of myself. Because maybe I wouldn't be in the position I am now. Maybe I would have. Who knows? But take care of yourself. Enjoy life, but do it in a responsible way. I wasn't being responsible. I was very reckless.
There you have it. I'm your boy Trey Lover. This is Voices of Sickle Cell at Love and Fashion. You guys got to hear a great story about accomplishments.
Yeah.
And some big brother advice. My guy Bucks from the Black Ink Crew right here.
Take care, man.
Appreciate you, Ken.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Bye.
Baby, I know you've been up all night, but it's time for some of that get right. So won't you throw it back for me, throw it back for me, throw it back.